Okay, we're finally at part 7 in this second module on strategic thinking. And we're at the final principle we're going to be talking about, which is reevaluating your strategy or your strategic plan. So we've focused on 5 other principles at this point, being outcomes focused, understanding the context of your situation through something like a SWOT analysis, looking at the capabilities of your people, your process, your technology, your structure, asking good questions, including other people in the process. And now finally, we're going to talk about reevaluating your plan, your strategic plan. So this is what strategic thinkers and strategic leaders do. At this point, reevaluating, what this implies is that you've done all the other parts of the strategic planning process. You have thought about your vision. You've identified end outcomes. You've done some analysis of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You've considered your capabilities. You've talked to people, asked good questions, and you've put together an overall strategic plan that defines the vision, that defines the end outcomes, that defines the strategies and approaches that you want to take. And you've put a plan together to achieve those end outcomes, and you've started to implement the plan. So before you can reevaluate, you actually have to have a plan and have to start implementing the plan. And once you've been able to start implementing the plan, then at some point you can take checkpoints along the way to reevaluate how well is it working. Let's evaluate how this plan is working and what do we need to change. That's the whole idea here. So how do we go about reevaluating our strategic plan? Really, we're just looking at asking ourselves questions about how well is this plan working and what do we need to change, right? So you might start with this first question: to what extent are we achieving our end outcomes and our end goals? It's a good question to ask. Are we noticing that we're starting to achieve some of our end outcomes? If so, that's great. It's an indication that some of the things we're doing might be working. If we're not getting much of a result towards our end outcomes, it means we probably need to reevaluate more things, right? Another question to be asking is, what's changing about our ministry context? What's changing since we put this original plan together? What's changed? And this might relate to doing a SWOT analysis again, right? It might relate to doing an analysis of your capabilities again, reevaluating those things, because the world changes and the situation that we're in ministry changes, and we need to continue to reevaluate that and see how do we need to adapt what we're doing to the changing world around us. Could relate to political changes, legal changes, economic changes, cultural changes, shifting needs in your target audience that you're reaching out to. Lots of things can change around you, and we need to keep an eye on that and reevaluate how do we need to change our plan and approach. Another question you can take for reevaluating is just to ask, do we need to make any changes to our end goals or end outcomes? Are we happy with the end outcomes we've identified? Do we need to make any changes? Perhaps you've achieved one of your goals or end outcomes. Wonderful. If so, maybe it's time to set a new goal, right? Another question you can ask in reevaluating is, can we tell how effective each of our strategies are at achieving our goals? So we have an end outcome or an end goal, and we identify particular strategies to help reach them. Are those strategies working? Are those approaches working? Are those programs working? We need to evaluate, are they working the way we intended? And if so, great. If not, what do we need to change? Another question that relates to that is, which of our strategies need to be changed? Which need to be eliminated? So we might want to go through our strategies and approaches and say, what should we keep doing? What should we stop doing? And are there any new things that we need to start doing? Okay, so those are just examples here of how to reevaluate over time. This might be something you do some of these things on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis, but it's important that we continue to reevaluate our strategic plan and adapt it accordingly. And the extent to which you as a strategic leader can follow these principles in being a strategic thinker, to the extent that you can do that, you'll have a stronger and more effective plan and approach to achieve your overall vision. So how well are you doing at being outcomes focused? How well are you doing at understanding the context of your situation that you're finding yourselves in? Do you understand the capabilities of your people, your process, your technology, and your structure? How well do you do at asking good questions, including other people? And do you reevaluate over time and adapt your strategy? These are some of the key principles in being a strategic thinker.